Hey, welcome to CC's Cools and Concerns, where I'll be discussing things that I feel that is cool, and also I'll be discussing things that I have concerns about. With that said, let's begin.
All right, your number three concern is Kylie and Jordan.
I know everybody's been hearing about the Kylie and Jordan situation, and like I would say, I am over it. You've been best friends with this girl since elementary school, and you decide that one little incident is going to destroy your friendship. That's crazy to me. Tristan has always been a cheater, will always be a cheater. So I just don't feel that going in on Jordan and losing a friendship over a man is worth it. Think about it. Now, should she have been at that party? Probably not. But you can't just all of a sudden just decide like, oh, she broke up your sister's relationship. This is his second time cheating, so that we know of, that we hearing in the news. But what I'm basically trying to say is, Kylie, think about it. Does it really is he really worth breaking up your friendship? Next.
All right. And my fault, but okay. So your number three, cool. That's my fault. Is togetherness.
Togetherness. That was, you know what? When I hear the word togetherness, I think about situations that you might not even know this person, and all of a sudden a situation happens, and this person reaches out to you, and you end up just talking to this person. You really never had a relationship with this person, but a situation happens and you guys get together and you try to solve the problem, and work out different things. That's what I feel like togetherness is. Next.
All right. Next, I'm gonna go with another cool because I went out of turn. I messed up your show. Sorry about that. That's my fault, people.
It's okay.
Your number two cool is meeting positive people.
Positive people. About a year ago, I went into this business with Jerome at the podcast, and I got to sit back here behind the scenes and watch a lot of different people that he interviewed, and I've met a lot of people and very positive. When they sit up there and they talk to him, and it's always something positive. Just being cool and just having something nice to say. And
that's what it
is. Yeah, next.
All right. So your number two concern would be Jacqueline Smith.
Okay, Jacqueline Smith. I'm not sure if everybody heard the story about this, but Jacqueline Smith, she was from Baltimore, and what happened was, it was on the news that she gave money to a panhandler. It was a lady came up to her car, and she handed the lady had supposedly had a baby in her hand, and she was giving the lady money, and the panhandler killed her. Well, you know what? Then we found out just a couple of days ago, it wasn't a panhandler. It was her husband and her stepdaughter. And what I'm getting with the point that I'm trying to make is that affected me a lot, because living here in Vegas, we have a lot of people on the streets that's standing up corners, asking for money and stuff, coming to your cars. And I'm one of those type of people that if I got it, I'm going to give it to you. But once I heard about that story, that made me stop letting down my window to help panhandlers. And when I found out that it wasn't even true, and it was the husband and the stepdaughter, it made me feel some kind of way. I don't understand why people feel like when they want to commit a crime that they want to. Don't anybody watch 48 Hours? You don't get away with murder. They're going to catch you sooner or later. Next.
Right on. And so the next positive thing we have is, once again, my fault. Sorry about that. We have having this platform.
Positive thing by having this platform. This platform, being here at the Barstool podcast with Jerome, has gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of people and a lot of black business people, who own their own business. And also it gave me the opportunity to kind of think, I never really want to be in front of the camera, but now looking at all these people he interviews kind of gave me the idea that, I wanted to go in front of the camera. And then he's Jerome, the one that came up with this Coups and the Concerns. One day we'll tell you why we call it Coups and Concerns, but and I'll let him tell you. But I was able, just meeting a lot of people and being able to watch Jerome do his podcast, made me want to, I'm not doing a podcast. I'm more just talking to you guys about what's happening, what happens to me through the week and what I see in the news. And if it's cool, I tell you about it. Even if I had concerns, I'm not trying to name names. I'm not trying to be negative or anything. I'm just trying to, get a point across. Next.
All right. And by the way, I disagree. It is a podcast. Just a different format. All right. Number one concern, the R. Kelly interview.
Okay. The R. Kelly interview. When R. Kelly got arrested, a month or so ago, I never, I had a open mind, like, what, enough is enough. I'm tired of these 20 years of, these people doing something. Then 20 years later, they want to come knock on people's door and, get them arrested and stuff, But then I've seen this interview the other day, a couple of days ago, and I do not. I read today that his lawyers told him not to do this interview, but he still did it. And listening to him do that interview, it made me sick to my stomach, because the belief that I had in R. Kelly, listening to that interview, it was ridiculous. He made me feel like, it's hard to explain, but the interview, listening to him do that interview, that was ridiculous. He sounded like a madman, like ridiculous. That's what I'm trying to say. And and then today, she had the two women that he's with, and listening to them sit there and talk about their parents like they're liars, and they're not telling the truth, and they made us go to R. Kelly when we were young, and stuff like that. That is so sad, because I'm a parent, and there's no way in the world that a parent would do that to their kids. And listening to those two young ladies, I really believe R. Kelly has, like, I don't want to use the word brainwash, but it's like if you're in love with someone, let me use this example. If you meet somebody and you in love with somebody and you fall in love and stuff like that, whatever they say, you're gonna just basically live on those words. They can't do no wrong. And I think that's what's happening with those two women. They've been with R. Kelly so long that they believe everything he says. So, like I said, I am an R. Kelly fan. I'm always going to be an R. Kelly fan. But Robert Kelly, listening to that interview that you did, and listening to the ladies today, that was ridiculous.
What if I may, what kind of because you have been saying for the longest that, like, you know, when a lot of people's like boo boo boo, he was like, well, I still, you know, you kind of took up for him a little bit,
Yes.
in a little bit, and so did you feel like betrayed a little bit by hearing him talk, or like
Yeah.
like
you know, and like
disappointed and let down?
yeah, I mean, just listening to him talk, and he wasn't even talking. He was yelling. He was shouting. He was, you know, the way he was talking to Gail, he was basically just shouting. You know, a lot of times she had to kind of, you know, get him to calm down a little. And then, you know, kind of I was looking at her posture, how she basically had her legs out. Like she was looking at this man like, who are you? Why are you screaming?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you? And then, you know, when he made the statement, they parents sold those girls to me. Did he realize what he said? I don't even think he realized he used the word sold. Their parents sold those young ladies to him. Is that a good thing? Do we buy people? No. So that's where I went downhill when he used the word, when he said that statement about the parents sold those girls to me. Mm-hmm. Why would you even buy? Why would you buy girls? Mm-hmm. You know, that's where I went downhill with this whole situation. And then he's accusing the people of he gave us 30 years. Mm-hmm. No, R. Kelly, not Robert Kelly, R. Kelly, we gave you 30 years. If it wasn't for us, the fans, you wouldn't have been shit. So you didn't give us 30 years. We gave you 30 years. We listened to your music. I bought every CD, whatever you put out. When you came to Vegas, before you started acting silly, I was at every concert. So I gave you 30 years of my money. You didn't give us nothing. So that statement there turned me off too. You know, I don't think he realized. And then, you know, another thing, I'm going to wrap this up, but another thing too, normally when a person is being put on trial, do a crime and, you know, charges and stuff, the lawyer comes and sits with them. And they kind of look over and say, you can answer this, you can answer that. I kind of knew something wasn't right when he walked in and he was by himself. Because I'm thinking to myself, what lawyer would allow this man to come in front of a camera? And he wanted to do this interview. So, you know, like I said, R. Kelly, I think you lost a fan, your number one fan. You know, I hate to see it. And, you know, I don't want to put you in prison. I don't never want to see nobody go to prison. I just don't think I don't think putting you in prison is going to help you. You need help. You need professional help. Because when she asked you, are you seeking help right now? You said, oh yeah, I'm gonna get help. No, you're not getting help. You need help. You need to go ahead and admit what you're doing is not right. Take the punishment and get you some help.
Well, what about the help that he said? The help I need is help to not have such a big heart.
Yeah, that was. I didn't even understand that. You know, let's just put it this way. Helping because you have a big heart. You don't call it you trying to say you need to get somebody to stop letting you help people and stuff like that. That's not a disease. Being kind is not a disease. It's something that we grow up with and we want to do. I'm considered a helpful person. I like to help people. But if something, and like I say, I have lost a lot of friendships, but I never regret the fact that I helped someone. So helping people is not a disease. It's something that you do because you want to do it. Mm-hmm. So with that said,
can I say one last thing before you
sure.
go? I just want to say Um, this shit ain't easy, and I think you did a really good job, and I'm proud of you. And I think it's only gonna get better from here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, like you right, this ain't easy. I sit there and I think, having a conversation, I think, if I had somebody else sitting here talking, it probably be easy, but just talking to camera. But like I say, I appreciate you helping me get through this first episode. I'm not sure if the public's gonna get to see this. I'm not sure. I might put it out there because you know what? You have to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't like it and you feel like my words was whatever, that's fine. But as I do them and get better, I hope that everybody, tune in to this, So we'll see. So with that said, I think I'm gonna close this. And thank you for tuning in.